Hello everyone. Last time we analyzed the C major scale and we found out that a major scale is made from whole tone steps and two semitone steps. The semitone steps are between tone 3 and 4 and tone 7 and 8. But of course, there is not only the C major scale, but you can form a major scale on any starting note. You can form an F major scale, you can form an A major scale, or a G major scale. It doesn't matter. How to do that, I'm going to show you today. Let's say we want to form a G major scale. What I'll do is just to draw in a G, and then I just fill in the rest of the scale. That means the note on the line, a note in between the line, a note on the line, a note in between the line, and so on. So this is between, this is on, in between, this is on, between, on, and between, until I reach the G again. Remember, a heptatonic scale is made from 7 tone steps. So in total we have to have 8 notes from G to the next G. The next thing I recommend to do is to give numbers to the actual notes. So here we get the 1, here we get the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now we've learned that between tone 3 and 4 there is a semitone step. And between 7 and 8 we also find a semitone step. So we need to watch out that in these positions we really find semitone steps. Between all the other notes we will find whole tones. So I'll just draw this in as well. The next thing to do is just to check. So therefore I take my little keyboard and check if we really have a whole tone between tone 1 and 2, the G and A. And what do we see? Yes, there is a whole tone, so we don't need to do anything about it. This is fine. Between A and B, we need a whole tone, and what do we have? A whole tone, 2 semitone steps. Between tone 3 and 4, we need a semitone step. Do we have a semitone step? Yes, neighboring keys. Between 4 and 5, between C and D, we also have a whole tone step. Between tone 5 and 6, we need a whole tone step. What do we have? A whole tone step. Between tone 6 and 7, we need a whole tone step. What do we have? And now watch out. It's just a semitone step. Okay, so what to do? Now previously you learned that you can tweak these notes by using a sharp or a flat. So what do we have to do to make this semitone step a whole tone step? Now sometimes people do this mistake. They think by lowering the E we get a whole tone step. This is right. But check out these notes now. Here we are losing our whole tone step. So this is not the right option. The right option is to higher the F by using a sharp. There we go. And now if we look, we really have a whole tone step between E and F sharp. Okay, this was the crucial point in this G major scale. Between tone 7 and 8 we need a semitone step. And what did we create? A semitone step. So if you play this on your keyboard, you will hear that we just created, that sounds exactly like the C major scale, just starting on a different note. So let's practice more. Let's make it really difficult, okay? Let's say our starting note is a D flat. Okay, the D flat is here. So we draw in a D with a flat and fill in all the other notes now. We started on the D flat, the next note would be on the line, the next note would be in between, and so on, until we reach the D flat again. Then give numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's draw in the semitone steps between tone 3 and 4 and tone 7 and 8. And the rest need to be whole tones. Now you see something really strange between the D flat and the E. The space between is more than a whole tone. So what do we have to do to make this distance become just a whole tone? Of course, we need to lower this note. And how do we lower the note? With a flat. And now we have an E flat, and now it should work. D flat, E flat. Between tone 2 and 3 we need a whole tone, and it is a whole tone. Between tone 3 and 4 we need a semitone. But as you can see, we have a whole tone. So we can't mess about with this note, otherwise this distance would not work anymore. So what do we have to do? We need to lower again. We need to lower this G to a G flat. Between G flat and A, if you check the semitone steps, it's again 1, 2, 3. This is more than a whole tone. What do we have to do? In order to create a whole tone, we need to lower the A by using a flat. The same happens between the A flat and the B. The distance between an A flat and a B is more than a whole tone, so we need to lower the B. Between tone 6 and 7 we need a whole tone again. So between B flat and C, oh yes, we have a whole tone. Between tone 6 and 7 we need a whole tone, and we get a whole tone. Between tone 7 and 8 we need the semitone, and what do we get? A semitone. Perfect. So if you play this, it will sound just like a major scale.